Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Yuricast. We are hitting double digits in this episode number 10. I am the main host, accompanied by my co-host,
Wait,
Aisha, also known as Mama Loves Manga.
d- did you just call yourself the main host?
I mean, this one is on my channel, so.
You are wow. I don't like that wording. I don't okay.
I mean, you're the main host on your channel, so.
I am
I've
the
got.
main host. Period. Okay?
Hmm. Well, this is
Period.
this is up for debate. Anyway, we're going to be talking about A Witch's Love at the End of the World, which is a 3-volume series put out by Yen Press. Author is Kujira. And the third volume comes out June 1st, at least as of right now.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to get a review copy of the third and final volume. Um, Thank you to Yen
Mhm.
Press for supplying that to us. Um,
Yes, we love you. Yay.
but at least for myself, I did pick up the first 2 volumes. But for me, the third volume I was provided by Yen Press. So,
Okay, so I guess I have to disclose that the first two volumes were sent to me um by Impress as well as the third since life. Oh gosh. Oh, I hope
since
you
I
don't
am
get
a
that out.
responsible individual who discloses
Listen, I
things that need to be
disclose. I
disclosed.
always I disclose, but sometimes whenever I disclose, people act like I'm bragging and I get self-conscious about it.
But anyway, why don't you give our viewers a brief synopsis as to what this series is about, since you are the not main host for this episode.
What? Uh, you know what? You annoy me, but this is also why I still hang out with you. So, anyway. All right. A Witch's Love at the End of the World is the story follows two teenage girls who are attending a an academy for witches. One of their names is Mari, and the other is named Alice. And when they first meet each other, they have an awkward moment, so they don't really get off on the best of feet foots, the best foot. Um, but things happen, and as we learn about these two and their powers and shenanigans, um, happen. Is that
It's another the girls go to school, they fall in love with the school, and
and
trouble
there's
ensues.
magic.
Yeah, there's magical stuff involved. It's you know not super extravagant with its setting
Right.
as far as
It's
this is concerned.
Yeah, it's not like a witch hat atelier, or something like that. Like it's don't go into it expecting, you know, that.
Uh, Before going into this series,
Mm.
what did you think it was going to be about?
I thought it was going to be, okay. I thought it was going to be pretty similar to what it is, but I thought that it was going to be a little more slice of life-ish. Um, I wasn't expecting the plot that we got. Um, so yeah, I was expecting a little bit more like hanging out, like seeing them in school and watching them fall for each other. And maybe there needed to be something happen, but yeah, I wasn't expecting everything that we got for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. I really didn't read up hardly anything about this work.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Witches Love at the End of the World, and I thought it was going to be like, you know, they meet in the wilderness or something. I was not expecting a school setting. So I was like, huh, back, here we go again kind of deal.
Right.
um, but yeah, I was not expecting another school setting. I was expecting something a little more mystical. Um, which for me, I've read a lot of school Yuri, so it's not super interesting or exciting when I see that that's going to be the setting. So I was a little bit disappointed as far as that goes, but you know,
Sorry.
it's not, you're not the author, okay? It's not your fault.
Yeah, but I made you read it.
Oh my lord. um, but yeah, that was what I was thinking. I didn't think it was going to be a school series. It ended up being a school series. um, but what after reading it? I guess like what did you think of the series itself? Like, were the characters intriguing? Were they different enough? At least for me, the series went by super super quickly. Like I flew through the pages. It was pretty crazy the pace I was able to get through the series. There wasn't like a ton of dialogue per each page, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it might be a good thing for this series because if the pages would have been filled to the brim with dialogue, I may have lost interest.
Mm. Um, hmm. So I will say that the characters are what kept me um interested. They're the thing, like especially the main characters, Alice and Mari. I really found them interesting, and I wanted to know a lot more about them. Like, I wish that if the series had been a little longer, we could have seen more of those two and like watched them grow and like I don't know, they're just the struggle that was supposed to be there, we didn't really get to savor it because things did move so quickly. But I do really like the characters, and I do think they're different enough. Alice has cool hair,
It's
so
just straight normal hair.
no, she has an angled bob. And as a former
Okay.
cosmetologist, like that used to be my favorite haircut because it's so precise, and you have to make sure your scissors are sharp.
I don't know because I am not a hair aficionado, so
Okay,
I
well,
don't know much.
in any case, I was digging her cute cut, her cute little angled bob. It was cute.
Oh, one thing we should also probably mention, one of like the main plot hooks of the series is that when you fall in love as a witch,
Oh yeah.
you lose your magic
You lose
powers.
your magic
But
powers.
that isn't really delved into
It's really
very
not.
much at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. It's
And it was brought up as this kind of big deal type thing, but the
yeah.
series never really delved into that hardly at all
Not
outside of like
no.
a couple moments where like the magic weakens a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, the stakes were low. Like there were no stakes. Where there were no stakes. It's disappointing because there's so much that could have been done with that. Because like low key, I love that sort of I guess it's a trope, but if I fall in love, I'm going to lose my powers or whatever. I really like that because I like seeing people fall in love despite themselves. Like, great. But yeah, this was disappointing because nothing really nothing really happened. Um, I don't want to say too much without, spoil or wait, I don't want to say too much and spoil things.
We definitely don't want to spoil the final volume, seeing as it's not, you know,
It's
out
not
at
out yet.
at time of recording or uploading. So
Yeah, well, we initially thought it was coming out earlier.
that sometimes release dates are
Right.
bit more of guidelines rather than deadlines.
Yeah. So, oops.
Oh well. um, some of the things I don't think made too much sense.
Most of the things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like it all kind of falls apart in the last volume.
That's true. It really does. And you know what? I will. This is. It's not a spoiler for the actual story, but the mangaka does say at the end that it was originally supposed to be a 2-volume series, and which that also blew my mind because I was just like, "What kind of story were you trying to tell?"
Well,
And
I
then,
feel that there would have been less stuff put in if it were only 2 volumes, and it actually could have worked as just
yeah,
a meet cute at the magic school.
mm-hmm.
And one loses their powers or something, and then it's over in 2 volumes. Like I could have seen that
Hey, that's
working,
fair. But that
but
last volume,
yeah,
it felt like she was like, "Oh, I gotta make something." Ooh, it was um, a lot of mess. So,
it was more messy than Goodbye My Rose Garden, but not quite, not even close to
yeah.
as messy as like Scarlet Volume 2.
Right. Okay. I like that you mentioned both of those because I I had flashbacks to both of those series. Um, and I was just like, wow, here's another 3-volume series that has kind of disappointed me a little bit. Um, because it had this set like I love witches, okay? Even with the school setting, I'm okay with the school setting when there's magic involved. As a millennial who grew up with Harry Potter, I know. So stereotypical, but like I love it. That's my jam, okay? And it's Yuri, like two witch girls fall in love, like love to see it. However, I don't think that this story really knew what it was supposed to be. Like, are you a romance? Are you um like a dramatic
Yeah.
like action story? Like, what are you?
Then there's like we don't like the last volume kind of is like apparently the witches are all supposed to be evil, but then not. It's actually like one witch that like convinces them all that they're evil. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
really confusing.
Yeah, they're supposed to like, oh, witches don't feel love and happiness and or something like that. Like witches don't have feelings other than negative feelings. But then everyone seemed to have feelings. And I think that there was a scene in is it the first or second volume where I think it's the second volume where Mari is talking to one of the girl what is like the supposed like kind of like mean girl or whatever like her
Miriam.
yes Miriam her friends which let's not talk about her right now we'll talk later. But anyway she or her little friends left her and Mari was like oh my gosh like what did wasn't she your friend or something like that and they were like we only care about
Yeah, it was
them for what
like
they can do for us or
yeah,
something.
that was in the last volume, but
Oh oops no.
I don't think that's much of a spoiler. So
Okay.
Um, and you could read into that from the other things that the witches are always saying about, like, they just want to be my friends because I'm a powerful witch,
Yeah.
which like makes sense from like a human being perspective. Like, well, people tend to gather around powerful people because they want to, get the benefits of that person. But when it's also like you don't need the like, but they're actually evil and have no feelings to make that work.
Right.
That's just how people work. Like,
It was hmm. I guess maybe it was supposed to be like as a contrast to Mari, who is like half human, half witch or something like that, and so she's different.
okay, I think that's what she is, but the final
Yeah,
volume made me like, wait a second. I was
that's
like, I don't
right.
know.
What is she?
Like, that's what I think and what is supposed to be implied, but stuff of the final volume makes me be like,
Yeah.
maybe not? I don't
Oh,
know.
also, okay, we got to talk about what's that late Dolly or whatever the heck. What what
The
was
the
the
teacher
reason?
the teacher
Yes.
lady.
The older lady. Yeah. What was the reason? What was her purpose? Like the fact that her um motivation was as annoying as it was.
I mean, I don't know if it was annoying.
It was
It's a
annoying.
very normal standard why is the person doing bad things type of
It's
motivation that you see
annoying.
all the time
It's
in a
annoying.
lot of fantasy series.
Yeah.
Anything that has like any kind of magic. Or
Yeah.
like
That's the
sci-fi
thing.
magic or anything like that. It's a
It's
very common motivation.
it's just annoying because first of all, I am not out here finna try to murder a lot of people or cause people to murder each other behind some behind some person who didn't even like weren't even like it wasn't like they were married or anything like I just it's like she had a crush. She had a crush and was ready to like just end the world.
Yeah, it was like the motivation made sense, but like the cost benefit analysis of like how do I achieve this goal was like way off. Like just went full nuclear when it could just been like, hey, can you help me out with this thing? Like
All she had to do, yes,
didn't
just
need to turn into a psychopath to like
no.
get there.
It's so like she like kidnapping. She
Yeah.
kidnapped. She kidnapped. Oh
So
my gosh. Just it was
yeah.
a lot. It was a lot. I was like, now, and also on top of that, like let's not even talk about how long ago it was that this crush of hers um, died.
Yeah, I also don't know the ages of like any of the characters. I'm just
No.
totally baffled. I have no idea.
Like they're all like 500 or something. I don't
I honestly don't
or
know.
12.
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
clue. I do
Oh
not know the time frame over which this series and the characters take place.
no. Which volume was it where they got sent to I guess potentially Japan?
I think that was the first volume where
Okay.
they're whisked away to Japan for a little
For
bit.
why? Like, and it's so weird because like the demon lady, who by the way is extremely hot, with her black hair. Um, I was just like, wow, can she could have been so interest. She could have been so much more interesting than she turned out to be. But that's anyway. So she sends Mari and accidentally Alice away and is talking about how like, oh, you're gonna die there or something. I don't know, some crazy. Does that happen? No,
No.
like nothing happened.
Yeah. At least her becoming like an insane person like made a little bit more sense.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it did. But once she became an insane person, what was the point of? Like, because she came back she was only back because she was summoned by those weird mean girls.
It.
And so,
I
like,
don't understand this
yeah,
series.
because it's like, where did she, so, this whole time, if she wanted to have, like, revenge on people, this whole time she could have done that.
Yeah, I was there. Like, I could do we do the meet cute, and we like each other, and we fall in love
Mm-hmm.
at the school, and we gotta find a way to understand how to deal with the losing of our magic powers. And like the short 2-volume series that the author originally intended, I feel like that could have worked. But there was this whole like we're gonna destroy the world plot that didn't seem to fit in
It,
there.
it didn't make a damn lick of sense. Like, zero, none. It was, wow. It really, the more I think about it, the more disappointed I am. I wish that it could have, I think it should have just been two cute witch girls, like in school, getting to know each other and falling for each other and being cute. That's what I would have loved.
And that's what like the first like one or two like chapters was
Yes.
like kind of building for. This is what it's gonna, and then like no, this is not what this series is.
It completely went left. It got kind of unnecessarily dark, but then not quite dark. It was like it was
It was
trying
not
to be.
dark. It was just I would consider it edgy. All right, I would
Yeah,
not consider
yeah,
it dark.
it was very much edge lord like like that's what an edge lord is, right?
I mean,
Someone who tries to be edgy.
edge lords tend to be edgy. Yes, this is
Okay.
true. But yeah, I didn't get what I was expecting. And then when I started to read it, I was like, this is what this series is going to be about. And then, no, it's not. And then I was disappointed by the
Yeah.
end. And, I'm happy the volumes I could read quickly.
Right. Yes. Ooh, I do want okay, without spoiling the third volume, I would like to just give me your, let's see, give me like two to three adjectives that to describe your feelings about the actual end of this volume. Like the the way things, or maybe it's like the is it a bonus?
You know what?
Me.
I'll do you better. I'll give you a single word.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Yeah, agreed. Like just what the fuck? That's what I would say because it doesn't it
I I I was already checking out, and that sold me at that point. Like we're leaving the show early. Like I did read it all, but like
yeah.
this is not it.
Were you like cursing me in your head as you were reading it?
No, it wasn't that bad. I didn't want to die as I was reading it. I mean, I just I don't know if I can recommend it.
Right. Um
Maybe if you really, really just want to see magic and Yuri,
mhm.
and you've exhausted all other options, then maybe. But just it's not too long. It's not. It doesn't cost much money. It doesn't take
Right.
much time. Like, I mean, hey, that's a plus. But if that's the thing we're using as the plus of the series, there's probably a lot of problems already at this point. Like,
Right. I mean, honestly, like, I really I've read the first volume twice. Um, I really like the first volume. I do want to say that. Like the first volume is the whole reason why I wanted to keep reading this series because the first volume is right up my it's my jam. It's up my alley. Like I haven't read very many Yuri series set in school. Um so for me it's not like the most tired, like scenario or setting, but yeah, so I really enjoyed the first volume. The second volume could have been great if certain things were explored more. Again, it I loved the whole like these two girls getting like the kind of isekai aspect of it, and then watching them interact there. And I just I thought that was really cute and had potential. But then somehow I don't quite know where in the second volume things fell apart, but things started to fall apart um in the second volume, and it was disappointing. But the first volume and part of the second volume, very cute. The final volume, I'm gonna
I don't know what
predict.
happened. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah. So would I recommend it? Okay, I'm not gonna say no. Here's what I will say. I would not recommend it to everyone. I would recommend this to someone who is very new to Yuri, maybe on the younger side, um, like 15, 13 to 15, something like that. And they just kind of want to dip their toes into um, the idea of, Yuri, because it's very tame and cute. There's it folk like they do quote unquote fall in love, but it's like a very pure, you know, like whatever innocent love. So yeah, I would recommend it to 12-year-olds who are interested in reading Yuri
uh,
and they like magic.
I don't know. Like, there's so many other better starter series than this that, like, I cannot recommend this to the average reader.
No.
I don't think I can. There's like a very specific type of person that, like, it's not even a recommendation that I would give. It's just a kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, you've exhausted like all your other options, and you still
Yeah.
want to read something, like, go check it out. You're not gonna want to die, so
Right. Yeah,
there's that.
yeah. There are definitely aspects that I like. I do like the art. Excuse me. I think the art is really cute. I like that the characters look different. They have very different looks, very different personalities. Um, I feel like this is a series that I bet you, uh, like fan artists and fanfic writers would have a field day with. Not that I'm condoning that.
I
I'm just saying,
I don't think so. I don't think this has the potential to be like large enough or gather enough of a following for people to bother with that.
be surprised. There are some people. Listen, when you'd be surprised. I
I
think
mean, I guess I just don't know very much about like the fan art community in general, so yeah, I am kind of speaking from a point of ignorance on this one, but
yeah. So, because I could see it, I could see it being a thing for sure. And if not, um, again, I'm not condoning it, but if anyone knows of any,
yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say from this about this series. Um,
yeah,
do I want to see more in the future? Where do I think? No, I don't need more. Like it's done. I've read it. I don't need any more. I think the mangaka has better prospects experimenting with a different world than the one that currently exists. Like I don't think we need more.
Okay.
Like this one is. It doesn't need more. Is what I'll say.
I mean, I do not disagree. So,
Like,
yeah.
they can write like characters in love, but like this one is already pretty damaged, and I don't see a reason to add more to it.
Yeah. I don't think more would be added to it anyway, TBH.
Yeah, I
The
don't know
way
where it
that
would even go. Like,
the way that the way that went, what could they add?
oh, but time to
Mm.
move on to some questions.
Question.
Yay! Thank you for asking us questions. We appreciate them.
Yes.
And we did get a lot.
Yes.
All from the same person.
Yeah.
But a lot of questions nonetheless. So, let's start with the first one.
Wait, you have to shout them out.
Storied shelves.
Hey, I see you, girl. Thank you.
What tone did the story set in the beginning? Did the art and story work together to maintain the tone throughout? The story's tone was like kind of quaint and peaceful, and no, it didn't maintain that throughout. It was an eclectic mess as it continued along.
Yeah, I agree with that. It oof, yeah. Oh gosh. Like just flipping through these. Anyway, let me stop. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that. I agree with you.
What were your thoughts on the art? Was the paneling easy to follow, and were there any specific elements in the art you enjoyed? The art was fine. It wasn't mind-boggling. It was pretty normal art. The paneling was easy to follow. I never found myself being like confused as to where to go. So plus on that. Credit where credit is due. I could follow the series. I did know where to read and what was going on. At least in a what I need to read next kind of way. What was going on in the plot, I can't tell you. But the panels were fine. Were there any particular elements in the art that I enjoyed? No, I mean it was pretty. I don't want to say normal or average because that doesn't make much sense in my opinion. I think I used that already, and I retract normal. It was boring, I guess. It didn't differentiate itself, I guess. Like it didn't have like an art style that I could pick out, like a distinct
Okay.
style.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
if I read Berserk, I know that art style. Or like if I read Dragon Ball, I know
Wait,
that art
why
style.
why did you have to mention that? If I read like Oku, Fumio Shinaga has a very recognizable style that she uses. I mean, same face as a thing, but that's fine. Fine. Like as a Clamp fan as well, like they have a very distinct style. This okay, like it almost feels like they were inspired by Witch Hat Atelier, um, but then didn't quite hit the mark. Does that make sense?
I've not read Witch Hat Atelier, so I cannot say.
Oh, no wonder you keep You're like so quiet every time I mention that series, and I'm like, why is it? Okay, it's another. It's very it's great and magical and beautiful. Um. Anyway, people who've read that series or at least some of it, that y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I personally think the art is nice. It is not offensive to the eye. It's, it pleases me and my homegirls. Um, but it is not distinctive, if if that makes sense.
Yep.
But it is pretty and it's well done. Like it's not like the mangaka can't art. But
Yeah, like all of this was drawn way better than I could have drawn anything. But at the
well,
same time, like it's not distinct and it's boring. It doesn't
yeah,
stand out.
right. I can agree with that.
Next question. How was the magic portrayed in the series? Did it differ from other series? How was the magic portrayed in the series?
Uh
What magic?
it's really funny when you get like when you do sarcasm.
But like, magic was almost never there.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
the central point of the plot, and magic was like never used, like
Right.
ever.
The instances where magic was used, there was a broom flying lesson, and they had to make a potion in order to fly the broom, which I found quite annoying because as a witch aficionado, like, come on, if you're gonna have them ride a broom, why, like, don't have them have to make a potion in order to do it, unless you're gonna make potions be the thing across the board. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna use potion magic, have them use I don't know. It was just, she didn't know what she wanted to do. Like, there was speaking things into existence. There was resurrection magic that I'm not really sure how it worked. I think she just felt things.
There
And
was the one girl's magic powers that like are the central plot point, and everyone's like, this is how they work, and then they retcon that at the end, and they're like, no, it works some other way, and it's like, okay.
yeah, it was very chaotic and not really fleshed. It was like they took elements from all kinds of different, like, I guess like witchy lore or whatever, and then put all of it or tried to put all of it into the series. Like they had like a summoning a summoning circle and just all of these things, and it's like, wow, what are happening? So
Yeah. Did it differ from other series? It some series have more magic, some series have less magic. So I don't entirely know how to answer that question. It's more similar to series that have like little to no magic in them.
yeah, I mean, it felt like, okay, if you've seen the movie The Craft, that's what it felt like. That's the level of magic where it's just like we're changing our clothes. And yeah, summoning things. So
Yeah, the magic was for a series with witch in the title. I was expecting more witchery.
yeah.
How has the relationship between the love interests developed? What factors of their dynamic do you enjoy? I'm not actually entirely sure how this relationship develops. Like, I just don't know. I think like it starts and then it like stays at the same level, but that level is like at the max at all times, and I don't understand it. What factors of their dynamic do you enjoy? I don't know. It, I I don't understand.
Okay. I was gonna say because usually I really enjoy the um kind of like the super competent person plus a kind of like newbie or like less than competent, like person, and they get together and there's like they teach each other things. One teaches the other to, be free and have fun and love and feel, and the other one teaches um like discipline and how to do things. Like I that seemed
Got
like
like
that was gonna
the
be like
soldier meets the hippie.
huh?
The soldier meets the hippie and they fall in
Yes,
love.
yes. That is my jam. That's not what, and I thought that was what we were gonna get. It's not really what we got. Because it just wasn't like there wasn't enough like interaction. Like they didn't really. We got like a montage of them doing like I guess actually getting along and Alice teaching Mari and then like the other girls being jealous because Alice spends so much more time with Mari, but like I didn't feel a whole lot of chemistry between the two of them other than like I don't know, they just seemed like I don't know, just the fact that they were even saying they were in love. I was like, okay. I
The way we could tell they were in love was the witches lose their magic when they're in love, which is like
right.
that should not be how we are able to tell that. Like
Right. Right.
we should be able to.
They blushed.
Oh
And
yeah, they blushed.
yeah.
Oh wow. Like. Uh,
We all know that if you make someone blush, it means that they've fallen in love with you.
Yeah, just
That's
complete.
how it works.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Oh.
I actually don't blush, so I guess I've just never.
Oh my lord. Any romantic moments between the love interests that you enjoyed reading? No. Honestly, they were all neutral. None of them made me like, yay, this is great.
No.
They were all like, I'm reading this. Okay.
Did they have any romantic moments?
I don't know. There's like there were moments where they like looked at each other like a couple of times.
I mean, yeah, and the blushing. Like there weren't any moments where I thought, "Oh, this is so romantic." Like my heart didn't flutter. I didn't get that feeling in my stomach. Like the reason why I like to read romance is because I love like that the feeling that I get in my stomach. It's probably IBS. But in any case, it's a great feeling. I didn't get that.
And then, how do you think the series will end? Not how it did.
Not how it did.
Oh boy, that was I mean, there are correct ways to end a series. This I don't think cleared that bar.
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah. Is that the last question?
that is the last question.
Oh. I mean, I don't really have much else to say because it was disappointing.
Yeah, it wasn't offensive.
Not at all.
Like
No.
to me as a reader, like
Yeah.
it didn't like make me hate it. I
Yeah.
was just kind of like the whole time.
Yeah. I don't regret reading it. I mean, and it's so quick. Like it's such a quick read that
It's
um
hard to hate it because you don't really feel any sense of loss.
right, exactly. Like there's I didn't get immersed into the world or anything to the point where I'm like, "Oh man."
I can't believe they ruined all that time I spent. Like, I didn't
Right.
spend
Yeah.
hardly any time on this.
So, do you forgive me for picking this series and making you read it?
I mean, I don't think there's anything to forgive. You were, just as clueless as I was about what
Yeah,
we
I
were in
was
store
really
for.
excited.
But
I was so excited.
now that is behind us,
Uh-huh.
we can talk about our fun plans for next month, aka
Yay!
June, aka Pride Month,
Pride Month, let's make a game.
which we will definitely be doing because every week, by every week we mean every Friday,
Uh-huh.
we will be coming out with another episode of the Yuricast.
Look at us.
So, on the 4th,
Mm.
we are going to be reading the first 2 volumes of Whisper Me a Love Song, which is one of the potential titles that was going to be discussed today if review copy did not come in.
I came through, though. For better or for worse.
On the 11th, we will be reading... Oh, Whisper Me a Love Song is put out by Kodansha Comics. On the 11th, we will be reading the first 20 chapters of the webcomic The Love Doctor, which you can find on Lezen.
Yes. I've actually read that one. So it's fun coming back to it and rereading it.
And on the 18th, we will be reading 2 of the Eclair anthologies, those being Rouge and Orange.
Yay!
And on the 25th, we will be reading the first 20 chapters of another webcomic, What Does the Fox Say?, which is on Tappytoon.
Mm.
So, if you have any questions about that, there will be a calendar posted to our Twitter. What series are coming out on what dates? Yes, I will post it. So you can check that out. It should be going up either the day that this video uploads or the day after.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is the reason you should follow us on Twitter at the Yuricast.
Yeah.
Um,
Reward me for my work.
Let us know any questions you have about those series for this Happy Pride Month. I don't think I have anything else to add.
I also do not have anything else to add. Nope.
All right. Then I guess that means we can wrap up this cast for this month of May.
Yes.
As always...
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Apparently you do have something to add.
I would like something that I would like for you to add, because although my actual birthday has passed, it is my birth month, and I think that you should say happy birthday to me.
I see no reason why this needs to be done on air, so, I think we will just continue on. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching.
Whatever, just so y'all know.
Episode of the
Yuricast.
Yuricast.
Happy birthday to me, so, on my birthday. So don't let him trick y'all and make y'all think that he doesn't care, because he does. He cares about my birthday.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching episode 10, double digits of the Yuricast. Let us know all your thoughts down there in the comments. We do like reading them.
Tell me happy birthday. You still have time.
Don't do that. It's not her birthday anymore.
It's
happy birthday is a sacred ritual only to be performed on the day of birth of the person.
No, belated birthday wishes are always accepted.
Don't do this. Do not appease her.
Yeah,
don't do it.
See, that's I knew it. You do things on purpose just to get on.
I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Laethas, the only host of the Yuricast.
Oh no! See now we're fighting. Okay, see now we got beef. This is my podcast, and therefore next time, Lythis is not going to be here. I'm going to have a new host. Okay, a new co-host.
Anyway,
once I figured out
thank you all
which one of y'all
for watching.
want to be the new host.
We will be here next month for Pride Month.
No, we're beefing. We are beefing right now. We're not friends.
Have fun. Leave comments. Like, subscribe, all the usual jazz.
Wow, are you not listening to me, sir?
Bye.